All right, hi guys, and we're gonna try this again. I've been having problems with my microphone. For any of you that watched Finish It Friday, you'll know that. All right, so here is Sunset Coast, which is a bundle. It is a 12-piece die set. It is a 16-piece stamp set. And we went over what they look like yesterday in the video. We're going to show you today a card we're going to make using this. All right, so I believe this is Balmy Blue. I get Balmy and Pool Party mixed up, but I'm pretty sure this is Balmy Blue. So this is going to be our card base. This is going to be 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's make sure that's all nice and pretty up there. And make sure that it's creased well. Then I'm going to take a piece and I'm going to go down to, on this one, 5 1/4 by 4. This is Blueberry Bushel. I believe that's Blueberry Bushel. I have to find my color ring so I can make sure and know for sure, because you know, every year when they introduce a few new in colors, all the colors start to sound wrong to me. All right, so we're going to use this with our die, and I'm hoping you can hear okay. It is raining this morning here in the Chicagoland area, and we grilled yesterday. I forgot to cover the grill, so my grill's getting all wet, as well as my cooking gloves, all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to have some drying out to do later out on the deck, which is right there, right outside my door here. All right, so let's grab our plate 1, our thin die adapter 2, and then 2 of our 3 plates. And we're going to pretty much do what we see in the catalog. But now I want to make sure on this, unlike my example I did yesterday, I want to make sure that this is pretty straight. So we have that. Make sure my card's straight. So I'm making sure that line is lined up with one of my lines on my glass mat. And that looks pretty straight there. Let's go ahead and just put some blue painter's tape down just to hold that in place. And let's go ahead and run that through. We're going to run it through at an angle only because there's a lot of intricate little cuts that have to come out. So let's do that. Let's also turn it upside down so the blade is up. That tape should hang onto it, so it should not have moved. All right. And it looks like everything cut out really well. Let me put it against that. Oh, it's still a little crooked. But you know what? I'm sure lighthouses aren't all built on steady land, on level surfaces. I'm sure they are, but let's just go with it, all right? Just go with it. All right, let's throw away those scraps, and let's get my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine over here back to the side. All right. Die we'll put back into here. Oops, let me get that last little piece out. Yep. All right. to go behind this, and I'm hoping this piece is big enough, but we will see. Might have to cut another piece. Yeah, not big enough. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pick out from the Scenic Coast DSP. It is, I think, currently on back order right now. It's beautiful paper, because remember that one side has that pearlescent, iridescent, embossed look. All right, so, and the other sides are all single or double colors that all have, I think, some water movement to them. All right, so let's look and see. I don't think we want to do that one. And since there's only 6 patterns, you get 8 of each. I believe that's right. Yeah, 48 pieces, and there's 6 patterns, as you can see. So that's kind of pretty. That's what I had here. Let's get that one out just in case. That, I don't think, because we don't see a lot of the blues in there. Don't think we'll use that one. Ooh, that looks kind of like dark and stormy. It almost looks angry. Yeah, I don't think we'll use that one either. I think this is the one we want to use. Yep, this is the one we're going to use, but we'll look at that last one just in case. Yeah, no, we're going to use that one. All right. And with this, I do tend to keep all my scraps, just because even as a scrap, it's gorgeous. All right, let me just set these over on my work desk. And let's cut. I think I'm just going to cut, because I want the sun to be up a little bit. I think I'm just going to cut it right from the top. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. We only have to go really to 3 if we want to conserve that, but we're cutting right out of the middle, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do the 4, but I think I'm going to do the 4 by 4. So I think we'll be okay if I put it there. Yep, we're going to cut this 4 by 4. Excuse me. Yeah, with the rain, the sinuses kick in. Of course, like I said, I was outside grilling yesterday, so have all of that goodness going on in my body too, with all a lot of cottonweed blowing around. So I knew I would be paying for it today. All right, let's put this back over here. And now we're gonna glue that down or tape that down. You lose the house a little bit in that color. Do you notice that? I think I'm okay with it though. I think I'm okay with it. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could put like a brown underneath there for the, but no, we're just gonna go with it like this. All right, since it's so thin there, I am gonna use my glue. I'm gonna use the glue right around the circle. As you can see, I'm doing just a very thin bead, so it's going to hold, but it's not going to smoosh out. And we want to make sure we get into those corners. Let's get a little extra glue here. The thinner the glue, the faster it'll dry, the less seepage you'll have. And people will be like, oh, but will it hold? It will hold. It is very strong glue. All right, you know what? I always like using the edge of my cutter to line things up. So there's that. There's my sun. So I'm gonna straight in that corner there. There we go. I do feel like we need a few clouds. Remember we have that cloud stamp. I think we'll do it in the white. This one I glued down wrong in my, usually I'll put the softer here so it's easier to pull up. I did this backwards. I put the flimsier plastic down here and then the heavier acetate piece there. All right, this is gonna worry me just a little bit. Only because we already have that mostly done up. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me go on the back here, just in case there's any residual. It's a very sticky stamp. Let me grab a piece of typing paper just to go up to that edge. Let's just do one at the very, very top here. All right. All right. I think that looks a little cheesy, but we're going to go with it. Get some of that off of there. Cover up that white pad. As it fades, I mean, as it dries, it's going to fade. So it'll look a little bit better then. All right. Let's just put some glue down here. Now, since that white's not dry, I'm just going to put the glue in the middle of this because I know we have that 1/4 of an inch border on the outside. All right, and you know one thing we could do? Where is it? Here it is. We can use our shimmer brush. Now I put all of mine into the one container, but I got all of the colors except for the Peaceful Pine. Let's just put a little bit of shimmer glow on that house to help it stand out. So, I don't know, it's not quite dry, but I don't know if you can see it, but, and I'll probably put a second layer on. So let's go ahead there and let's get, I guess, let's do this in white too, just so we don't feel like that white's just out there, the cloud's just on its own. Oops, sorry for the hand. I see my microphone is still going up and down, so it's recording my voice. We'll just see. I don't know. Some message came up about a sound card, so I don't know if it was the USB I was plugged into. I don't know if it was within my camera program. I'm sorry, my streaming program. We'll see. Now that we have to upload our videos as private first, we can't go public right away. It goes through the text, which I'm fine with, because that gives me a chance to have it playing on my other monitor to make sure that everything sounds good. So, and if it doesn't, guess what? You're going to see this with no sound. No, I think there's a way I can do a voiceover, but I would have to wait till my son got up to know for sure. All right, you know what? I'm going to put just a little bit tiny little bit of glue behind here. I do want that to hold down. There you go. There we have our non-straight leaning lighthouse. Oh, we could use some. Let's use these. I think I want to use, because these will settle down a little bit against the cardstock. Oh no, they don't settle down. Oh, that's quite bright. Yeah, I don't think I want to use those. I think I'll use these, a little more subtle. Just put a few little on there to fill in some of that empty space. Let me go ahead and put these back on. That orange one really wants to stick now. These are the Sunset Sparkle sequins. So they are also part of the suite. Now I was telling you yesterday about this suite. Here, let me get this. I'll put those back in a little bit. I was telling you a little bit about the suite yesterday, and I didn't think I had bought everything in the suite. Page 25, no, 26. So there's the suite. I did not buy the entire suite. I did not buy the shimmer vellum, but I did buy the bundle. I bought the sequins, and I bought that gorgeous paper, of course. So, kind of, look, if I had used the back side, kind of like, oh, and they did the cloud on the, ooh, put the fence on. Yeah, okay. Lots of ideas in that catalog. But this is where I'm leaving mine with right now. Okay, let me push this off to the side. Let me show you my other examples. I did quite a few. So here's where I cut out in that scenic paper yesterday. And I said, oh, I should have cut it the other way. But here's that is, so there I cut out of that Scenic Coast Designer Series paper and just fussy cut the words out. Here on this one, I did as a book fold. Since there's so much shimmer going on here with that, I did not add any extra embellishments on this. And look, I do like it. And oh, that's a happy accident. I did not realize that where I cut it in the paper that the roof was a different color on that house. Then, so that was a happy accident. I can't believe I did that. Good job. And here, I took that other die. I think this is the die that's probably going to get the least amount of love. It's kind of like a sun spray look, but I just thought it was very artistic, graphic in nature. So I just butted two up against one another, covered it up with the back side of that paper, and I guess you could do some, I could get the shimmer brush and the crisp cantaloupe. I guess I could do a couple little I don't know if I like that. This will fade a little as it goes down. I'm sorry, as it dries. See, it's already drying. I'll leave behind just a little bit of a shimmer. I guess I could have done that in the Barely Blush color. This is using some old DSP. I guess that adds a little bit more of a focal look, focal point. Like I said, as that dries, that will shimmer too. I don't know if you can see it A little bit there, shimmery. I can see it in real life. Sometimes the camera doesn't pick up what you want it to. All right, there you are. Bonus card, 4 cards using that bundle. Sunset Coast. Stamp, die set, die set. The embellishments and that beautiful paper, DSP. DSP standing for Designer Series Paper. I know I say DSP a lot and you guys are probably like, what's DSP? Designer Series Paper. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Sunday. Have a pleasant Memorial Day weekend. Let's remember all of those who lost their lives for us so we could live free in this country. All right, have a great Sunday. Give me that thumbs up, please. And have a fabulous day. Bye for now.